Hey guys, it's Shooter. Hey, it's Friday, January 14th. I'm going to do a little special report here. See a couple things I want to point out. So let's jump into our disclosures here real quick. Got to move my photo down here off the edge. Now, of course, prior success does not guarantee future performance. Of course, print this and review that at your leisure. By now, you should know it by heart. Let's just jump right into the S&P, SPY, Spider S&P ETF Trust. You know, we had a look where we were looking for maybe 453. It looks like counts moved up a little bit. So we might bounce here. It still could roll over to that, so I'm not taking it off. But, you know, when I said this next entry window short up around 474 was pretty spot on, you know, as far as that goes. Let me jump over to the NASDAQ. Take a look. Now we were looking for maybe 387. It's, you know, now we're looking a little bit lower here. I've re-highlighted the golden box that I said, sort of muted. So, you know, we had originally counted 368. Now it's telling me 365. So just a tad bit lower. But we should get a good bounce. Now, I view this as an overshoot. Anytime you have a trend line that's been tagged 3 times or more, the 4th time quite often is an overshoot. Crazy. But, so let's jump over and take a look at the Dow. Now I'm going to remove the flat risk on. I think the Dow has put a bottom in here. You know, we originally were thinking 350. Now it's coming in about, you know, it says the 2 is in at that 356.44. So, you know, we should come out of this, I would think. So that's sort of the thought there. Looking at IWM, actually looks very constructive here. You know, I think this 213 is probably our low. However, we do have an alt count down here, you know, that is a 5-wave down. Now, instead of it being an ABC here, you know, we had our ABC here. Now we got the back test. So that's wave 1 down if we were looking at that. Now, that also could be wave 1 for the way up. And this is one thing about Elliott wave and wave 1 and 2, because wave 2 ultimately determines your trend, whether it's a downtrend or an uptrend. So IWM here below this 207.21, it's a short. Above that 244.46, it's long, okay? However, if we start pushing here at all off of that 2, and that 2 holds, so let me just throw that price in there, you know, that would be your sign. If that 213.38 holds tomorrow and we start running at the open, you know, I would think that we go to the upside just from that look there. Let's look at TLT. Now we really came off that 141.33 nice. Now it looks like it's a nice elongated ABC up here to about 153. Can't confirm, there's no way I can verify that's going to happen. A little hard to chase, but I would buy any dip at this point. Looking for that golden box around 148 would be a good number. So, you know, from here, I still would target, like I mentioned, you know, 142, 144, you know, maybe some at 146. That was actually shot on. I should have taken it myself, but I didn't put a position on. So got too tied up with Micron and Apple and a couple other things I was really trying to plug and get back into. So, but overlook that. I want to jump over and look at a couple of other things that caught my attention real quick. I have a number of things that I run through each and every day. You know, I sort of look at it, my lead lag report, because I want to get an idea who's running and who's not, you know. So, you know, today, what caught my attention is the VIXI short-term futures, you know, was our leader today. And then VIX was number 2. And then cannabis growth was number 3. An IPATH Cocoa subindex ran. And then Crane Shares California Carbon Allowance ran. So, you know, when I look at these, because they just give me some ideas, and our decliners were a lot in the commodity space. Fine tech, robocar, and natural gas. Crypto industry revolution was down 7%, and then U.S. natural gas was down 11%. Ironically, the last 5 days, it was only up 11.8%, so pretty much gave it all back. Now, most popular ETFs also give us an idea, just the volumes that come in. That I like to look at that. Obviously, You know, we're down $6 on the S&P now. It's, you know, right at about 8 p.m., which is why I ran this now. You know, NASDAQ's down, you know, about $10. Russell's down about $2. VU's down, which obviously is a blend of the S&P, but they have their own little mix. You know, HYG is down, you know, Vanex Semiconductors is down, you know, and the Dow is down nearly 2. 20-year TLT is still rolling. So, you know, XLE financials came off just a tad bit for a couple of cents. But my whole point here is that I think we have a little bit of a mixed view. And after taking a look at the risk on, risk off equities, you know, in the ETFs, you know, I have a sentiment where, you know, my bias is we might come off here, even though I've got a mixed view here. So I guess it's where the rotation is going to be. So I think the rotation may be in the Dow and IWM, and then we might come off in the S&P and then in the NASDAQ. Now, I also like to look at volume advancers. And, you know, what this does is just give me a feel for the market. So, you know, and note that the Ultra Pro short Russells, you know, led today. And well, actually, let me update, make sure I'm correct. Maybe it didn't. I didn't have my search or my sort tool done right. So microsector FANG, negative 3x led. Internet Bear led. Microsoft FANG Innovation, negative 3x led. Technology Bear 3x led. Ultra Pro short QQs led. Are we getting a theme yet? Okay. Now, yeah, I also like to look at the other side of the coin. Who were the laggers in that, you know, the volume leaders, okay? So big oil, you know, lagged a little bit. Short mid cap lagged a little bit, but it still was a winner, okay? Realize that, you know, so financials Bear 3x still was a winner. Ultra Pro short Russell was still a winner. So, you know, looking at that from that perspective, you know, it seems to imply that, you know, we might have a little risk off in the sentiment. The other thing I like to look at are, you know, ETF volume leaders. Now, yeah, what I notice here, of course, the VIXI comes up, the VIX, US Global ETF, you know, home construction, 20-year Treasury, long-term government bonds, SPDR long-term Treasury, regional banks, 500 utilities, long-term care corporate bonds, Europe financial shares, S&P Bank ETF, Taiwan iShares, 7 to 10-year treasuries, investment grade bonds, Fidelity utilities, U.S. treasuries. Are we getting a theme yet? You know, sort of maybe a little flight to safety there as far as the leaders. You know, that's one reason I think the Dow will pop, you know. So, well, that's my thought. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. You guys, great trading tomorrow, Friday. Until next time.